What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. I am your host, Reckless Rexx Ruger. That, of course, is the Alexis Arguello puppet. We, of course, are back with another amazing episode. Y'all know what we do here. The most amazing and real boxing conversations anywhere on planet Earth. Legends, luminaries, world champions, and fighters on the come up. Coming here to chop it up with yours truly, your boy, Reckless Rexx. And today is no different. We got ourselves another great episode. Folks, when don't we? That's what I want to know. When don't we? At the time of this recording, it is Monday, September 15th. 2 days ago, we witnessed history. Terrence Bud Crawford pulled it off, handily beating Canelo Alvarez. More on that later. My guest is here. We're going to get down and chop it up, man. Here we go with another great episode of Off the Couch Boxing. And there he is. AMANI, what's up, man?
How you doing? Appreciate you for having me on here.
Listen, man. Listen. I appreciate anybody that ever does this, man. So I mean, I have to pinch myself sometimes that I'm in the ballpark of 300 episodes. It seems crazy to me, man.
Right,
crazy.
Man. It's crazy, man.
This many people actually want to go out of their way to converse with me.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate what you do for the community, man. I see what you're doing out here for everybody and the fighters and the families, man. So we thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and my favorite thing is, as great as it is to have the OGs and the legends of the sport on, I love having guys like you on, guys at the beginning of their boxing journey. You know what I mean? Like guys that haven't had the spotlight or gotten a lot of interviews, that are building their careers. It's nice to see young fighters come on here because you get to see where the sport is going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know?
Man. Most definitely, I understand. But I appreciate you letting us have a platform at the beginning, because when we get to the top, we can't forget guys like you, man.
That's right. That's right. You might remember at the beginning of his career, FightHype.com was very good to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Yeah. And then for years, they were the only ones he'd give interviews to. You might be my Floyd Mayweather, for fuck's sake. You might be.
Most definitely, man. I never forget the ones who came and gave me support at the beginning. So most definitely, man. I won't forget you ever.
And right before you came in here, I was doing my little intro and my little preamble. And so before we get to talking about your own career, because we don't see a lot of super fights, maybe the last one was Floyd and Manny. We just saw one 2 days ago, man. Bud Crawford, dude, I mean, come on, man. Is there any argument anymore that he might not be the greatest of all time, but he's worked his way onto the Mount Rushmore?
It's most definitely his era. It's the Bud Crawford
his era.
It is. Yeah. It is. Hats off to him. It was a beautiful performance, man. That inspired me in my career. Nothing is impossible. He did that for the nobodies, man.
I got to get a hold of some of the drugs that the people are on, though, that actually called it a draw. Or I even saw people, and of course, doing what I do, I try to be tapped into what's going on in the boxing community, different forums, different chats. There were people that either had it a draw, and there were some people that even tried to argue for a Canelo win. Crazy.
Crazy. I'm a big Canelo fan, but Bud most definitely did his thing. Bud most definitely did his thing. Hats off to Bud. He controlled every single round almost. Canelo stayed in the fight. He's a champion at the end of the day, but that was Bud's night, man. Give him his credit.
Yeah. And you know what the funny part is, though, man? You seen Canelo in all these big fights, man, but he genuinely looked confounded, perplexed, confused. He had no answer, man. Bud really, he really looked like he just, like he just wanted to throw his arms up and just be like, I can't do nothing with this guy.
Yeah. Bud solved every single answer and every problem that Canelo threw at him. So it was just his night, man. He put the time in, and Canelo just couldn't do nothing. Hey, that's
awesome. Listen, man. Listen, I had Bomac on a couple months ago. He told me this was true. He preached this. This was prophecy right here.
Yeah, I saw him talking in the interviews, telling people what was going to happen, and Terrence did exactly that. So hats off to his team, man. They prepared for that night, and they did it well. They executed.
And now to start out on your own career, usually I like to backtrack, man. How early did your boxing journey start? When did you get a pair of gloves on?
Oh, man, I come from a boxing family, man. My father was a professional boxer, 32-0. My whole family was professional boxers. My cousin Leon Smitty, no joke, BLAGMON, he was a professional boxer. Terrence Wood, Roha Wood. So I started boxing at the age of 8 years old. I came out the womb boxing, basically.
And so, how do you get introduced into a boxing gym? I hear the same story a lot. A lot of guys are getting into fights in the streets, scraps out there, in the schoolyards or whatever. Was that you?
That was me, but also, man, my father didn't want me to box, actually. Like, he would call around the gyms in the area and, like, ban them from having me in there. So I used to honestly just sneak in the gyms and work, get the spawn work. But once people found out who I was, they'd call my father and be like, hold on, is this your son so-and-so in my gym right now? And then one day he popped up and I was sparring. And I gave this dude some work. And then that's when, from that point on, he was like, man, I can't stop you. So if we're going to go down this path, then let's do it. And ever since then, man, I've been in the gym and I couldn't get out of it.
And so where do you feel like you are right now? Correct me if I'm wrong. You're 27 right now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just turned 27.
And so you've only got a couple pro fights in your belt. So where do you feel like you are in terms of like your prime? Not even close yet, or in the midst of it, or
not even close. I had a great amateur pedigree. Just came back 2 years ago now from the nationals. I was on the 2024 national team. I'm a 2-time Golden Glove champion. And after my last nationals, I was just like, man, there's nothing really else here for me in the amateurs. Let's turn. And I've been active ever since. I'm going into my 5th fight this year, and we just been gunning. The plan is next year go even harder and try to get on this WBC rank, man. Get some titles under my belt. I'm most definitely not in my prime. I got a lot more to give.
And so you're currently fighting at welterweight.
Yeah, 147.
And so where do you feel like, knowing your own body, where do you feel like your ceiling is? Are you into exploring eventually other weight classes?
Oh, most definitely want to be a 2-time, 3-time division champion. But we just taking it one fight at a time. Right now I feel great. I'm getting ready for, actually, my next fight is next Saturday. So I'm in shape. I'm getting ready for that. We finishing up, tightening up some things, but camp is coming to an end. I'm ready to get this on, man. A couple more fights at 47. Let's see if we can get some titles, and let's see how we can move. But most definitely looking to move out throughout the different weight classes and get some work in.
And for people that don't know, or maybe haven't seen you fight yet, you're 2-0, 2 knockouts. So obviously you would look at that on paper and be like, all right, man, 2 guys, knocked them both out. But maybe that isn't a fair assessment of your style, man. You know what I mean? And instantly someone could look at that and label you a knockout artist. Is that not a fair assessment of what you do?
Oh, man, I'm a jack of all trades. My last 2 fights, my 2 opponents, come to fight time, they pulled out the fights because of my background, my pedigree. I can box. I can, like you said, knock you out. I can brawl. I can do it all, honestly. So people hasn't really seen my ceiling. They haven't really seen my style yet. Like I said, I can do it all. So just stay tuned. And, you will most definitely be surprised at what I can do in the ring.
And what goals have you set for yourself? We talked about Bud at the beginning. Obviously, now he's a 3-weight undisputed champ.
Right.
But then you see a guy like Manny, 8 different weight classes and captured belts. You know what I mean? It seems like guys set different goals. What goals have you specifically set for yourself?
Oh, yeah. In the next upcoming year, we most definitely fighting for a title. That's for sure. Once we get on this title path, I want to run it with all the best guys at 47. From that point on, I want to defend my belts a little while, dominate the division, and then we're going to move to the next one. I most definitely want to be, like I said, a 3-4-time division champion before I put these gloves down and maybe go into the podcast and sound like you.
There you go. That's just what I need, AMANI. Thanks. More competition. I appreciate that. Hey, listen, you can go to the podcast world with one exception. Me and you co-host.
Most definitely. We can do that. We can do that. For
God's sake, I don't need more competition. And so talk to me a little bit about, like, I don't know, you seem like a well thought out guy. Have you thought about how long of a career you'd like to have? I know you're young and got a lot of fighting ahead of you, man, but some guys are on here and they know that they don't want to still be fighting at a certain age or past a certain amount of fights. Have you given it that much thought yet, or are you kind of playing it by ear?
I mean, I have, but my body's feeling great. I'm still in my prime, like I said. So I most definitely want to fight into my middle 30s, but we'll see as each year go by. We want to make some smart decisions, smart moves. Of course, every fighter wants to fight for the big money. Like, come on now, that's what we're doing.
Right.
Like, I love the game for sure, but we got to get paid. So, but yeah, I most definitely want to fight for a couple more years. Probably you'll see me in the next 10 years fighting for sure. Maybe 35, 36. Maybe I'll think about retiring, but look at Bud. Bud, like we just said, Bud 36 and still going. So the game has changed. The game has changed, but I'm most definitely going to be around for a long time.
Or suddenly you blink and you're Bernard Hopkins and you're 51 and getting in the ring.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Like or Chop Chop. Like, that's one of my main sparring partners on my first fight, Chop Chop Corley, and he's still to this day fighting. So you never know.
Ironically enough, he was, when I started this podcast almost 300 episodes ago, man, he was one of my first actual guests.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So, and I stayed in touch with him. And back then I was co-hosting with my son, who, long story short, he's got 4 kids. It got hard for him to continue to do the episodes. He did the first 160 with me. Then the last 140, I've been on my own. But when Chop Chop came on, me and my son had such a good rapport with him that his own son, little Chop Chop, He wanted us to be the first ones to interview him.
That's crazy. He actually trained with me. He
so
trained
there's an
me
episode. So there's an episode way back when of DeMarquez Corley, little chop. He's probably maybe I don't know. I'm into the 290s now with episodes. He's way back in like the single digits, maybe episode 7, 8. I don't know, early.
Wow, I gotta go check that out.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, great young kid, man. Great young kid, man. But at the time, but at the time, he couldn't have been more than a 10, 11.
Yeah. He been around for a long time, man. All his sons actually fight. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
He got another son, his youngest son right now, Marcus. He just finished fighting. And he been in my camp and he been helping me, great fighter. But yeah, he most definitely got a whole family for the fight that's full of talent.
Yeah, and Chop Chop is one of those guys too, man, that has stayed in incredible shape too, man. He's like defying father time.
Man, I've done about 30 rounds with Chop one day, and he's still in shape, still sparring, still fast, still strong, still dangerous. So you can't sleep on him, man. Age ain't nothing but a number to him.
No, he spends a lot of time in that damn kitchen, but never gains any fat. Never gains any.
Never.
He loves to cook.
And don't sleep on him, man. You get in that ring with him and sleep on him if you want to, it'll be a problem.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just saw an Instagram post the other day of Adrian Broner in the sauna sweating himself down to get back into shape, and Chop Chop was one of the first ones on there saying, "I'll fight you."
Yeah. Chop don't run from the smoke from nobody, man. Nobody. And honestly, between me and you, it's something cooking. Big fights coming his way, man.
I hope so.
Can't say too much, but you want to see him on the big stage real soon.
That's okay. Man. That's okay. Listen. I'll just be happy to see him. Now, I want to ask, man. Aside from your own career, because he is such a polarizing guy, where do you stand on a guy like Jake Paul? You like what he's done for boxing?
In the beginning, I really wasn't a fan, but I really got the chance to see him when I was out in Colorado working. He was working with the USA team. And he actually is training seriously. He's taking the game serious, and honestly, like, he's bringing money and bringing attention to the sport. So I can't hate on him. If he was coming in disrespecting the sport and just like half-assing the work ethic, then I would have a problem with him still. But honestly, when he trains, he take it serious. So I got a little bit of respect for him. Still don't think he should be ranked WBC and fighting for no belts, because there's other fighters out here that's been doing it since the beginning of the time and still haven't got those opportunities. But still, hats off to him for what he's done, man. Can't hate.
That's got to rub guys the wrong way, man. Like, but at the end of the day, man, he had a built-in audience before he came into the sport. He's got money behind him. You can do a lot.
It's all about politics. This game is about politics, man. It's not just about being able to fight. It's about having a fan base, about being able to draw a crowd. So that's what he's doing, and he winning. He winning. So I can't be mad at him. I can't be. But I really feel like this Tank fight going to really expose him for what he really is. But, that's my opinion.
And what way do you say, though, man? Like, do you think that even though he's going to be the much bigger guy, Well, first of all, man, how do you believe this plays out? They have to meet at some type of a catch weight. But Jake and him are in such a big disparity in size. Where do they meet?
I don't really feel like it's going to be a catch weight, because I don't feel like Jake's a big dude. I don't feel like he can even get anywhere close to Tank. I feel like Tank is really going to come in a little bit heavier, maybe. But so far from what I've seen, I've been seeing Tank sparring with some of my guys that was on the national team from Upton, and he been holding his own. And honestly, I've been able to see Tank since before he was Javante Tank Davis, when he was really first coming into the game. And I've seen him knock dudes out 200 pounds before, cold. So I don't really feel like the weight's gonna be a problem. Tank gonna be Tank. Like, people really underestimate Tank. He's not just like a knockout artist. He's an all-around talent, man. So Tank was born into this sport. Jake ain't gonna have no problems. It's gonna be a long night for Jake.
Now, what about you with your own preparation for a fight? Are you a guy that watches a lot on your opponents, or do you leave it up to your team?
I most definitely put my time in the lab when it comes to watching film, but I most definitely leave that really up to my team. My team makes a game plan and I execute it. That's my job. My job is to go out there and execute. No matter what the opponent does, no matter the record, no matter the background, we execute the game plan to a T. So, I watch film. I most definitely study. I'm big into IQ. So I don't take anybody and underestimate them, no matter what the backgrounds come from. But I mainly leave that to my team and my squad.
Now, I know you said you grew up in a boxing heavy family, man. But aside from relatives, Were there guys that you were watching, wanted to emulate? You know, when we're growing up, we have those sports heroes, those guys that we watch or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Who are those guys for you?
Purnell for sure. Purnell, Floyd, Andre Ward, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones. The list can go on. James Toney. Man, I just wanted to emulate the greats. Sugar Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard. Those was I still got VH tapes of Ray Leonard training. I watch those every day till they pop, man. Like, man, I wanted to be Ray so bad.
I guess we're going to have to take a pause while the kids now go and Google what the hell a VHS tape is, man. The younger generation doesn't know. You just threw them a curveball right there.
Exactly, man. But, man, my father had tapes and tapes and tapes, and I used to just watch them all day long until I fall asleep. To this day, I still fall asleep to film. Still fall asleep to fights, man. Yeah. I watch almost every.
So it sounds like you're one of those guys that's just like any boxing match that's on, man, you'll watch.
Oh yeah, most definitely. No matter what the level is, like I spent all my time watching boxing because I watch people under me, I watch people above me. You can learn from anybody. I'm a boxing fanatic. I can talk about boxing. I can talk about weight classes in different areas all day long.
Did you think at all on any level, going back to Canelo and Bud for a minute, just because it is topical, it did just happen a couple nights ago. Did you go into the fight thinking that was going to be the outcome? Or were you one of these guys that was on the fence? Everybody, and I hate to use the term 50-50 fight, but most people really did think it was going to be a 50-50 fight. What were your thoughts going into the fight?
No, everybody was asking me, what do you think? People, the regular casual fans was asking who you going to win. I was rocking with Bud from the beginning, man. People really don't understand Bud's IQ and Bud's skill set. Like I said, I respect Canelo. I'm a huge Canelo fan. Don't get me wrong, but Bud is a different animal, man. And I knew coming to the fight, just seeing his mentality, seeing his work ethic, seeing his camp, and seeing what he actually was saying, man, the confidence and the actual just aura that he gave off when he was talking to Canelo and telling the world what he was going to do. I knew Bud was going to do what he was going to do. He's going to shock the world. I've been told everybody that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't doubt him anymore, man. And I swore to myself I wouldn't doubt him ever again, man. After that Errol Spence fight, because he went into that fight, and I think everyone was counting him out, and it was the same old story. He's smaller. He's not as strong as Spence. He's not this. He's not that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, quite honestly, man, he didn't make Canelo look as easy as Spence, but that Spence fight he made look really easy.
Man, now I gotta say that Spence fight, I was 50-50 because I like I told everybody, that fight was down to whoever made the first mistake. Yeah. And I thought the fight was going to be a lot closer than what it was, but Bud made him look normal. And all hats off to Spence. He's still a great world champion, but I did not expect that, man. But ever since then, I can't go against Bud.
Now, you got fights, I'm looking at your box rec, scheduled for the end of this month. Then you've already got dates locked in December and next February.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, I like to stay active, man. So we most definitely going to keep the ball rolling. And we most definitely, I'm not overlooking my opponent, but, you know, I'm ready. I'm most definitely ready in every shape and way and form. So after this fight, we're going to go right back in the camp and we're going to do it again. And back in February, we're going to do it again. And like I said, I'm trying to get on this WBC rank. So the train is going to keep on going.
Yeah. And so when you look at the welterweight division right now, and I know you're only a couple fights into your career, not quite ready to throw your hat into the title picture just yet. But who do you see right now as the big fish, the guy at welterweight right now? Is there anybody that stands out in the current welterweight division?
Man, it was Boots. It most definitely was Boots. But he just moved up to 54. So I feel like right now the ballpark is open. There's really no king right now yet. Boots was the king until he moved up. But like I said, it's open ballpark. So it's any man's game. So I'm most definitely keeping my eye at the top. We moving fight by fight, like I said, and I respect all the guys who on the ranking. But I'm most definitely looking. I don't think it's anybody right now that I feel as though that I really want a dream match with, because like I said, since Boots moved up, it's kind of open. But we seeing who moving forward. I would love to, maybe get a Brian Norman fight. Like Brian Norman's a great opponent. I feel like he's finally coming into his talent and to his maybe era at 47 as a king. So I would most definitely love to see that. Haney, I would love to maybe get that fight. Garcia, if he's still around at 47, maybe Rolly. We'll see. We'll see. Barrios.
And it looks like we are going to get some clarity, though, because in November, we are going to see Haney and Brian Norman.
Yeah. And like, honestly, Brian Norman got the power. Haney got the boxing ability. It'll be a great fight. But my eyes is most definitely on that fight. I'm most definitely eyeing to see who's going to come out on top. Because I'm making my list. Man, and I'm checking it twice.
Well, I just had Norman Sr. on last week, and he
I
assured
saw.
me,
Yeah.
he assured me that this fight will not go the distance, and that his son will knock Devin Haney out. So,
I
and
mean,
the
honestly,
internet, he did say it, and the internet is forever, man. I can't scrub it or watch it. I will not do that. I have integrity.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. Like the Brian Norman last fight was most definitely like a statement. It was a statement, and he did it in somebody else's backyard. So hats off to Brian Norman. But you know, Devin Haney has a hell of a pedigree as well. He's coming off the loss against Brian and trying to prove himself now at a new weight class. So it's most definitely going to be a dogfight. But I can see that if Haney make a mistake, it might be a short night for him.
Do you believe in the theory? It was bounced around a lot, after Haney had that fight with Ryan Garcia, then he didn't look very aggressive and looked a little gun shy in the Jose Ramirez fight. Do you buy into the theory that you can take a beating so bad that you can have PTSD and be a little less aggressive in the ring because of stuff that's happened to you in past fights?
Yeah, you can, but I disagree with the PTSD theory because honestly, the way Haney was moving, you got to train your legs to move like that for that many rounds. Like you don't just go in there off of fear and stay in that amount of shape just by running. Like they trained his legs. That was a part of the game plan to box. And a lot of the times the casual fans don't like to see boxing. They like to see the knockouts.
Yeah.
But I don't think Haney has any PTSD. I feel like it's a bigger weight. The power is different. Ramirez is a power puncher. It wouldn't be smart to stand in front of him. So that was a part of Devin's game plan to box him and move him around and just win on the scorecard. So I don't think Devin is gunshot. I don't think that at all.
And you make a good point too. That was his first fight at welterweight. He might have just been testing the waters a little, you know.
Right. You got to get adjusted to the weight. You got to get adjusted to the power. You got to get adjusted to the speed because you know the gloves is still 8 ounces, but you know, those guys is packing a lot more power than that 30 and 35. So you don't just want to go in there fighting the same type of way. So give Devin a couple of fights. This Brian Norman fight shows to me that he's not scared because a lot of fighters wouldn't take that fight off the second fight at this weight class. So it shows that he's prepared. That first fight was just getting his feet wet.
What about you, man, in terms of your preparation? Are you a guy that walks around pretty close to your fighting weight?
Yeah, most definitely. Like, I don't let myself get too big. I follow, like Andre Ward says, I only let myself get a couple pounds over my weight. I never let myself get out of shape. I always stay close to my weight, always stay in shape. I don't go out after fights and just party and let myself blow up. I most definitely stay disciplined all year round. This boxing game is an all year round sport, man. It ain't no time to take breaks and lay off and BS. That's how you lose yourself, and that's how you fall behind the game.
And when you have the fight done in the books under your belt, man, I know you got to rehydrate. There's steps that you have to take, but then immediately afterwards, what's the go-to meal that you've deprived yourself of that you got to have?
Oh man, I always got to go with a cheeseburger. That's been my thing since like amateurs. Man, like my coach said, a cheeseburger is always a double patty mandatory, man. So I go with a double cheeseburger. Always had that meal after the fight, but then that's when I go right back to my veggies. I don't overdo it. I have one cheat meal, not a cheat day, a cheat meal. Then I'm right back onto my schedule, man. I don't let myself go out of pocket.
And now, where is this hamburger made? Is this an out of a restaurant place, or is this you preparing this at home, making a big fat patty?
We going straight down to DC. We going straight to Ben's Chili Bowl. We might go to Eat Burgers. Also out DC, man. But I gotta get me something made. I've been cooking all camp. I've been having nutritionists prepare stuff for me. Nah, I'm going to enjoy myself after the fight, and then we go back to cooking.
Well, you just hyped their businesses, man. So they ought to be sponsors, man. You know what I mean? At this point, man. I mean, you're right.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
You got to work something. You got to work something out where you get the names on the trunks, right? A burger joint.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Now, if your career is wildly successful and years down the road, they have to make a movie about AMANI. Who plays you in the movie?
Oh man. Who would play me, man? I would love to have maybe like Will Smith play me. You know, I love
you're
what
going
he
right
did.
for the A-list. You're going right for the A-list.
Will Smith, Jamie Foxx, man. Gotta have one of those guys play me, man.
Yeah, now Jamie Foxx is about to play Mike Tyson.
Yeah. And I've been waiting for that movie to come out for so long. I know he's gonna do his thing.
And he looked like he got really brolic for it, too.
Yeah, man. And you know, Jamie's a hell of a talent, so he's gonna get the voice down packed, the physicality is gonna be down packed. I know Jamie gonna play Mike right.
And would you say, in the ring, what would you say? I know you mentioned at the top of the interview when I was asking you about your style that you're very versatile. You think you can do it all, but when you're in the ring, is there one weapon of yours that you're most proud of that you've really honed? I mean, some guys like their footwork, they like their jab, they like this. If someone were to point to you and say, "All right, your best attribute in the ring is what?"
Man, the jab, most definitely.
Jab.
The
It's the
jab for
key.
sure.
It's the key, kids. It's the key.
It's the key. That's how you get in the door. That's how the jab is not only offensive, it's defensive. It keeps you stable. It sets up every other punch. And if they get past the jab, man, then you got this slam in this right hand and this hook and whatever come after that too, man. But this jab, man, this jab is dangerous. It's not just a jab. It's a pity pat jab. I can cut you up. I can bruise you up with it. I can knock you out with it. Most definitely.
Now, you mentioned that you correct me if I'm wrong, your father was a boxer?
Yes, sir.
And yet he didn't want you to get into the sport now. Was that because of his own experiences in the sport?
I mean, it's a dangerous game, and it's also a dirty game too behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So he just wanted to try to save me in certain ways, and didn't want me to experience everything. But this was made for me. Like I told him, man, you can't. It's nothing you can do. Once I used to be in the gym with him as a little kid, and seeing all the other fighters, seeing the champions, Keith Holmes, seeing Chop, seeing all the other champions come out of DC. I was just mesmerized by it, mesmerized by hearing the past, mesmerized by seeing dudes on the bag. I fell in love with it, and nothing he could do could stop me.
And so did you feel like his reservations were more rooted in the fact that, as you mentioned, there is kind of a dirty side to it, the business wise?
Yeah. He didn't want me to go through that. He wanted me to just do something else, maybe basketball or football, but I'm a fighter. And also, once I got into the first sparring match I ever had, I loved it. I loved the feeling.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back every single day, like just getting my aggression. I was an aggressive kid, so being able to get that off, man, it was my only thing that gave me some type of peace. I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I tried everything. Like I was a multi-sport athlete. Nothing hit like boxing. And also, I don't like team sports because at the end of the day, I like to win. I'm very competitive, and I don't like to lose because of somebody else's dime.
Yes.
I like to most definitely control my entire destiny. So boxing is me versus the other person. Let's see who's better.
Yeah, that does make sense. That does make sense, man. Team sports, there's a lot of reliance on people around you.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow.
I can't do that. I like it all to fall on my shoulders.
Do you feel like boxing, like when you got in there at a young age, do you feel like there was a learning curve, or do you feel like it came pretty natural to you?
No, I most definitely was a natural, and I'm very, very talented. Every gym I've been at told me I'm talented, but I don't really believe in talent. I believe hard work beats talent. My work ethic is crazy. Like I work out so much that my coaches sometimes got to kick me out the gym or lock the gym up for me.
Go home.
Go home. I really don't believe in talent. Talent only takes you so far. It's about what you do and how hard you work. That's really gonna get you in the door.
And now, forgive me for not having this in front of me in my notes, man. I'm usually much more prepared than this, man. But AMANI BLAGMON, does he have a boxing nickname?
Yeah, the monster. AMANI,
that's what I thought. BLAGMON, that's what I thought it was.
Yes, sir. The monster. I'm a cool guy outside. I'm very humble. But when I'm in that ring, I'm a different animal. When that switch turn on, it's game time. And normally, like, dudes is going to bed, taking quick naps.
Yeah. The monster. I like it, man. Hey, I mean, listen, when you're going to have a fight against a guy that calls himself the monster, you know you're in for a long night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, it may not be long. It may be quick for you.
Or it might be very short. Yeah.
Right.
Either way, it's not going to be a good night.
Yeah, it's not. It's not going to go in your favor, chap.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. I appreciate you doing this. This was a lot of fun, man. I'm glad we're in contact now. So again, as your career continues to develop, man, and progress, you got a platform here, man. So we'll definitely do this again for sure.
Most definitely. I appreciate you having me, man. A lot of fun, like you said, and I thank you for just supporting me at the beginning of my career. And I won't forget you at the top. We got to do it again, man. When I get these belts, you're the first person I'm going to go back to. You,
That means a lot, man.
shout out
Thank
to
you.
Light Skin Lou and DMV Boxing, man. I got to give all y'all love. I thank you for giving me my flowers.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. It was good talking to you, man. And certainly best of luck in your fight coming up, man.
Yeah, most definitely. I appreciate you, man. Maybe we got to do it after the fight. Give me a post-fight interview or something.
I for sure. That's locked in, man. That's locked in for sure.
Most definitely. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for
having me. All right, thanks, AMANI. Good talking to you, man.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, you too, my friend. Thank you. Later. And there he goes, folks. AMANI, the monster, BLAGMON, 2-0 in his young career, but soon to be 5-0 because, as I said, he's got him. Boom, 3 fights right in a row. Got one coming up September 27th, so literally less than 2 weeks from the time of this recording. And then he's slated again December 6th and February 28th of next year, man. So my man is going to be busy, man. But hey, listen, man, you can't make your mark on the sport sitting around on your hands, man. So AMANI seems to know what path he's going to take, man. And he's determined to get there, man. And he ain't wasting no fucking time. Listen, man, you can't, man. When you're a monster, you got to go be monstrous. That's all there is to it. So listen, man, appreciate having him on here. 2-0, 2 knockouts in his young career, man, which is just starting at 27 years old. Currently fighting at welterweight. And listen, man, again, and I know I say it all the time, yet another incredible young fighter with not only an amazing skill set, but connecting the dots up here, man. Going to be another great ambassador for this sport that we all love so much. And that is what does my heart good, knowing that when we eventually see the Bud Crawfords and the Usyks and the Canelos walk away from the sport, that these future champions, the guys that are going to take the torch and carry it, continue to progress this sport forward, that they are amazing young men. And I'm seeing it doing this podcast time after time after time. And just saw it again right there with AMANI BLAGMON. So listen, the sport is going to be in good hands, folks. We're seeing it more and more. And really, it is amazing to see. And I wish that young man all the success. And, he's going to have an amazing boxing journey, folks. No doubt about it, man. You can just see the pedigree is there. The family history is there. The work ethic is there. So if you haven't seen what he does, man, tap in. I forgot to ask him his credentials as far as where you can tap in with him, man. But I'm going to look right now and tell you that you can find him on Instagram. And I would say that's what most of the young fighters are telling me nowadays. And forgive me, folks, for not asking, but AMANI BLAGMON is on Instagram. Confirmed. I'm looking at it right here, man. So just type in his name and you will find him if you want to follow him on his journey as his career continues to develop, as he continues to make announcements on upcoming fights, results of fights. So you can tap in with him. And again, my apologies to him and to my audience for usually I end it with that question. And I'm just so out of sorts, folks. It's Monday, first day back at work, long day. So, hey, cut me a pass. But listen, you can find AMANI on Instagram, and I'm sure other platforms as well. I found him on Facebook. So reach out to him. You can tap in, folks. Listen, I can't hold your hand, folks. We all know how to use technology. Your boy Reckless Rexx ain't any more gifted than you are. Probably much less gifted at 52 years old, actually. Technology, I'm not from this era where you kids out there can work your gizmos and gadgets frontwards and backwards. Your boy Rexx can't do that, man. So you guys let your fingers do the walking, get on your devices, and find AMANI yourselves. God damn it, Rexx can't do it all for you. Ben, aren't I doing enough for my boxing brother right here, bringing you these amazing conversations? The answer to that is yes. It was rhetorical, so I'm going to answer it for you. So with that being said, I want to thank AMANI again for being on here. The pimp hand is feeling strong. Time to promote the podcast. So make sure to tap into Off the Couch Boxing on Facebook. That's first and foremost. The Facebook page is Off the Couch Boxing and Pod Scum. You'll get updates on new episodes, when they're dropping, who will be on those episodes, and any other big pertinent boxing news. If it's popping off in the fight game, your boy Reckless Rex will keep you guys informed and in the loop, whether it's big fight announcements, results, breakdowns, analysis, predictions, viral videos, anything. If it pops up on my radar and it's big news in the fight game, we got to be in the know. Your boy's got you covered. So tap in with us there. And of course, if you're watching this episode right now, like, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and stay tapped in, because you know how we get down here. The most amazing and real boxing conversations anywhere. We are now officially north of 290 episodes. We're creeping up towards 300. We're going to get there very soon. And listen, I say it all the time. Go check out the past episodes. As I said, there's 290 some odd episodes there. And I say it all the time. It's a treasure trove of great conversations. There's something for everybody. If you like chats with the legends, we got them. If you like chats like we just had with AMANI BLAGMON, we got them, man. The young up-and-coming future stars of tomorrow, tons of those. So go check in with us, man, and you will see why we are the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of boxing podcast. And the good news is you too can be a champion. All you got to do is continue to stay tapped in with Off the Couch Boxing and continue to roll with the champs. Peace.